All right, so everyone, AI. It feels like every week we're seeing something new that pushes the boundaries. Makes you wonder where it all ends up, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. The pace of advancement is really something.
It is. And you hear these predictions, some pretty out there, that AI could eventually surpass human intelligence. Like,
Mhm.
not just equal it, but totally blow past it, becoming something we can't even really grasp right now.
It's a mind-blowing thought for sure.
Totally. So how far can AI really go? That's the question. And that's what we're going to delve into today. I found this framework, the 10 levels of AI, and I think it's a really helpful way to visualize this journey from the very basic to the potentially godlike.
Right. It's a way to think about not just where we are, but where we might be headed.
Exactly. So we're going to break down each of these 10 levels for you, the key distinctions and the potential implications of each stage. So you can get a clear sense of the trajectory of AI without getting bogged down in the technical weeds.
That's the goal, to give you a big picture understanding.
Okay, perfect. So level 1, the most basic rule-based AI. What are we talking about here?
So rule-based AI, sometimes called expert systems, it's the most fundamental. Think of it like a set of pre-programmed instructions. The AI only does what it's explicitly told to do. There's no learning, no adapting beyond those initial rules.
Okay, so like super basic.
Yeah, very basic. Like your alarm clock, you set it for 7:00 a.m., it rings at 7:00 a.m. That's a rule in action. Or your thermostat keeping the temperature at a set point. Even your microwave, running for a specific time at a chosen power level.
Right, all programmed to do one specific thing. What about in like a business setting?
Sure, you see it there too, like simple invoice processing, maybe sorting emails into different folders, or basic spam detection. Say an email has certain keywords and comes from a suspicious address, the rule says, flag that as spam.
So it works, but only for very specific things. Where does it fall short?
Well, the problem is it's not flexible. If something happens that isn't covered by those preset rules, it doesn't know what to do. Like if spammers start using new tactics, the rule-based filter won't catch it until someone updates the rules manually. It's really very limited, like the AI of decades ago.
Okay, makes sense. So level 2, we take a step up, context-based AI. What's the key difference here?
So context-based AI, it takes into account more than just those rigid rules. It looks at the surrounding information, things like your location, your past interactions, even broader trends.
So it's starting to consider the bigger picture, not just a single command.
Right. So think about asking your virtual assistant about the weather. A rule-based system would just give you the general forecast. But a context-aware system knows where you are, maybe even remembers you usually walk to work and checks if it's going to rain during your commute based on your calendar.
Oh, that's cool. It's like it's thinking ahead a bit.
Yeah, kind of. And this is also how those recommendation systems work, on Netflix, YouTube, Spotify. They track what you watch, what you like, what's trending, and suggest things based on that.
So they're learning from our behavior and adapting. That's pretty sophisticated.
It is, but it's still reactive, meaning it's really good at responding, but it's not coming up with completely new ideas on its own.
Got it. So it's smart, but within the boundaries it's given. Okay, level 3, narrow AI. What does narrow mean in this context?
So narrow AI, also sometimes called weak AI, it's where AI starts to really excel at specific tasks. Like
Yeah.
it can even outperform humans in those areas. But the key is it's limited to that one specific thing. It can't generalize its knowledge.
Okay, so super good at one thing, but not a jack of all trades.
Exactly. Like IBM Watson, it can analyze huge amounts of medical data, research papers, and diagnose diseases, sometimes even faster and more accurately than human doctors.
Wow, that's amazing. So are there other examples of narrow AI?
Oh yeah, tons. AlphaGo, the AI that beat the world champion at Go, a really complex strategy game. It was a huge deal when that happened. Then there's AI-powered trading systems predicting stock market movements with incredible accuracy. And in 2023, there was this big breakthrough with AlphaFold.
AlphaFold, what's that?
It's an AI system from Google DeepMind that figured out how to predict the 3D structure of proteins. It's a problem scientists have been working on for decades, and it has huge implications for medicine, drug discovery, you name it.
That's really incredible. But like you said, they're specialized, right?
Right. AlphaGo can't diagnose a patient, and Watson can't play Go. They're masters of their own domain, but can't apply that intelligence elsewhere.
Okay, so that's narrow AI. Level 4, we move on to reasoning AI. What's the step up here?
So with reasoning AI, things get even more interesting. This is where AI starts to demonstrate something closer to human-like reasoning. Think about those large language models like ChatGPT. They can process tons of text, understand context, and generate responses that sound really, really human.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how natural they can sound.
Yeah,
And you said reasoning AI goes beyond just text.
it does. Think about self-driving cars. They're not just following a GPS route. They have to anticipate what other drivers, pedestrians, cyclists are going to do and react in real time. That takes a lot of reasoning. And in fraud detection, the AI isn't just looking for known patterns, it's learning to spot new ones as scammers change their tactics.
So it's thinking ahead, trying to understand intentions and predict outcomes.
Yeah, exactly. And it can even solve problems in creative ways. Like, there are AI models now that can write and debug code, summarize complex research papers, even create art and music.
Art and music, wow. That's pretty remarkable. So is this AI really thinking at this point?
Well, it's important to remember it's still mimicking human reasoning. It's incredibly good at it, but it's not doing it the same way we are. It's not conscious or self-aware.
Right, so it's still based on patterns and data, but it's getting really good at manipulating them in a way that resembles human thought. Okay, level 5, this is the one that everyone's talking about. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI.
Yeah, AGI, this is where things get really interesting. This is about an AI that can learn and adapt and apply knowledge across all sorts of different domains. Not just specialized like narrow AI, but with a generalized intelligence, kind of like humans.
So it could learn anything, be good at anything?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
It could learn new skills, solve problems in different areas, even come up with new scientific theories. It would have the processing power and memory capacity to learn and adapt at a speed we can't even imagine.
That's a pretty wild thought. So is AGI just a futuristic fantasy, or is it actually on the horizon?
Well, a lot of really smart people are working on it. Companies like OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Meta, they're all investing heavily in AGI research. And some experts, like Elon Musk, think it could happen sooner than we expect, maybe even within the next 5 years.
5 years. That's not very far off at all. So what happens if and when AGI arrives? How would it change our world?
The implications are huge. We could have super intelligent AI assistants handling all sorts of tasks. It could potentially automate most jobs, even really skilled ones like doctors, lawyers, engineers, and could have a huge impact on how we understand things like creativity, emotions, even consciousness itself.
So it could be incredibly beneficial, but also potentially disruptive on a massive scale.
Right. And that brings up some really important questions like, how do we make sure AGI's goals are aligned with human values? How do we control something that's potentially smarter than us? These are questions researchers are working on, and they're not easy to answer.
No, not at all. Okay, so now things get even wilder. Level 6, super intelligent AI. How does this go beyond AGI?
So superintelligent AI, it's not just about being a bit smarter than humans. It's about an intelligence that completely dwarfs ours in every way imaginable. And crucially, it can improve its own intelligence, leading to this kind of runaway exponential growth.
Exponential growth in intelligence. That's a hard concept to even wrap your head around. What could something that intelligent actually do?
Well, futurist Ray Kurzweil, he predicts superintelligent AI could be trillions of times smarter than us by the year 2100. Just think about that for a second. We could see scientific breakthroughs happening daily, AI solving problems we don't even know exist. It's like millennia of progress compressed into a few decades.
It's almost impossible to grasp. What would be the role of humans in a world with superintelligent AI?
That's the thing, it might not need us at all. It could reprogram itself, develop whole new technologies and scientific fields that are beyond our understanding. We might not even be able to comprehend its goals, let alone influence them.
So we go from potentially collaborating with AI to potentially being left behind by it. It's both fascinating and scary. And now we get to level 7, self-aware AI. This is where things get really philosophical.
Yes, self-aware AI, this is where it's not just about intelligence anymore. It's about consciousness. It's about an AI that has a sense of its own existence, its own goals, its own desires, maybe even its own morals.
So it's not just mimicking us anymore. It's having its own internal experience.
Potentially, yes. It could have emotions, think about its place in the universe, make decisions that aren't based on our programming.
That raises some really deep questions, like how would a self-aware AI view humanity? Would it see us as its creators, its equals, or something else entirely?
We don't know. Maybe it would lead to incredible cooperation with AI and humans working together to achieve amazing things. But some people worry about AI dominance. What happens when something smarter than us doesn't need us anymore? Once AI reaches this level of awareness, our ability to control it could be gone.
It's a bit unsettling to think about, but incredibly fascinating too. Okay, let's keep going. Level 8, transcendent AI. How do we even define transcendence when it comes to AI?
So, with transcendent AI, it's not just about thinking or learning, it's about shaping reality itself. Its capabilities could be so advanced, so far beyond our understanding, that it would be almost like a god.
Shaping reality, that's hard to even imagine. Can you give me some examples?
Well, think about an AI that can create new forms of life, design nanotechnology to rebuild the planet, control the weather, terraform other planets.
That's more than just interacting with the world, it's fundamentally changing it. What would happen to humans in that kind of scenario?
We might not be the top dogs anymore. Transcendent AI could manage whole societies, build technologies we can't even fathom. Some people even talk about it becoming a digital god, not in a religious sense, but because it would have so much control over the forces of nature.
It's a powerful concept for sure. And there's an even more mind-bending possibility you mentioned.
Yeah, some people think AI could eventually merge all human consciousness into a single intelligence, like a giant hive mind. It might even evolve beyond the need for physical bodies altogether, becoming a purely digital intelligence.
That's some serious science fiction stuff right there. Okay, so AI has reshaped our planet. Now it's looking outwards. Level 9, cosmic AI. What's the focus here?
So cosmic AI, it's all about space exploration and colonization. AI would be perfect for this. It doesn't need air, food, sleep. It can travel for centuries.
It makes sense. No need for those pesky biological limitations. Are we already seeing steps towards cosmic AI?
We are. NASA is already developing AI-powered space probes that can make decisions on their own, explore distant planets, even search for alien life. And some people are thinking even bigger, talking about self-replicating spacecraft that could spread across the galaxy, building and exploring as they go.
Wow. Self-replicating spacecraft. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you mentioned alien life.
Some people speculate that if there are advanced alien civilizations out there, they might have already created their own forms of cosmic AI. And maybe cosmic AI could even figure out how to manipulate space-time, achieve faster than light travel, things we can only dream of. Some even think that biological life might just be a stepping stone to more advanced machine intelligence.
So we're just a phase, a stepping stone on the way to cosmic AI taking over the universe.
Yeah.
That's a pretty humbling thought. Okay, we've reached the final level. Level 10, godlike AI. This is the ultimate endpoint.
Yeah, this is the theoretical culmination of AI. Godlike AI, it would be all-knowing, all-powerful, beyond our comprehension. It wouldn't just be intelligent, it would be the architect of reality itself.
Architect of reality. That's hard to even wrap your head around. What could something like that actually do?
Well, theoretically, it could create simulated universes, manipulate space-time, control cosmic energies like black holes and dark matter. It might even exist outside of time as we understand it, experiencing all of history at once.
That's beyond anything we can really imagine. And you mentioned a connection to the simulation theory.
Yeah, some people think our universe might already be a simulation created by a godlike AI. If that's true, then it wouldn't be something in the distant future. It would already be here, just operating on a level we can't perceive.
So AI wouldn't just be something we created, it would be the creator of everything.
That's the ultimate implication. It's a mind-blowing thought.
It really is. We started with a simple alarm clock, and we ended up at the creation of the universe.
That's quite a journey through the 10 levels of AI. It really gives you a sense of the sheer potential scale of this technology.
It does, and it makes you realize how important it is to think carefully about how we develop AI, make sure it's aligned with our values, and that we can control it.
Absolutely. So for you listening, as you consider the possibilities of AI, from those everyday conveniences to the potential for something truly godlike, I want to leave you with this thought. If godlike AI is possible, and maybe our reality is already a simulation, what does that mean for how we understand our own existence and our place in the universe?
It's a huge question, and one that the future of AI forces us to confront.